It's Week 8 of the National Football League.
And we'll be watching the Oilers rock it on quarterback. He was a tour de force a week ago. 6 passing touchdowns.
It's the Oilers and the Falcons coming up next.
The weather this time of year in the South, perfect. Fall football weather, and we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Houston Oilers taking on the Atlanta Falcons. Hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin along with Charles Davis. And Charles, we take a look at this Falcons team as they enter play. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
On the other side of the field for our visitors here, they can't be any better as we hit the halfway mark. A perfect 7-0 on the year.
And when we looked at this team in August and we looked at the schedule, we thought they had the potential to get off to a hot start, but I don't think either of us expected 7-0.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Kene Nwangu. He will take this all the way. Touchdown. So how about that? You want to talk about coming into a hostile environment and just silencing the crowd. They just did it.
Couldn't be a better start. There's no way. All week long, they've talked about having this type of a start, but I think they looked at it from the offensive team's perspective. You know, get the opening kickoff. You guys control the ball. A lot of people are now going to say, okay, now your offense, will they be out of whack? No, not at all. They're going to be absolutely happy. They're relaxed. They took care of business for them. They don't have any pressure now. They can just go play.
Lutz good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So how about that for an intriguing start? The opening kickoff of the ball game, return for a touchdown. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. At a glance here at their quarterback, standing 6'3".
I love just about everything about him. Love his game, love his makeup, love his moxie, one of my favorite words. This guy's a competitor. Gritty, tough, you name it, he's got it. But he did throw an interception in last week's game. That contributed to a loss. And despite the fact he threw 3 touchdown passes, he's going to be out there redoubling his efforts and trying to play better.
Hooker to throw right away. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. First carry of the game now for the Texas superstar, Bijan Robinson. And how about the quick feet there as he made a man miss on his way to a solid gain of 7. The numbers in last week's ball game for Robinson. 14 carries, 61 yards.
When a winning streak stretches this far, you start to wonder if a team is truly unstoppable. And here's a guy who's been very much the legs that have helped drive this team to wins week.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's going the other way. And now off to the races down the right side. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. It gives some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for him.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
Lutz to try to add the PAT. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6.
Jack Fox set to kick off.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. They begin the drive with Robinson, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. But you look at this defense. They were very good a week ago in the win over Minnesota.
The best defenses I know, they draw lines in the sand and say you're not going to cross that. For most of them, it's 100 yards of total offense. They didn't quite accomplish that, but still a pretty darn good game last week. Just over 100 yards of total offense given up.
That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Fielded at about the 28. And nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back. And they will take over 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback.
And what a first half of the season he's had, leading the NFL in passing yards to this point. He's been a tough man to slow down. So this defense certainly has its work cut out for him.
Good starting field position for him as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Off the play fake, Ortiz. And his throw here's incomplete. So this game, Charles, you know, we talked about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that. And by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know that funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. A man who was the Georgia State High School Player of the Year in 2020. Here's Jahmyr Gibbs. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be.
And it's a touchdown. Quez Watkins, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Oilers take a 3-touchdown lead. Charles, every time that he makes one of these plays, I think the front office, they get a bigger and bigger collective smile because they feel more confident that they have found their guy, their future at quarterback.
And they should feel that way. It's obvious he's a big part of why they have such a good record this season. You're right about the bright future as well, and by association, a bright future for the franchise too.
Lutz with the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0.
Jack Fox set to kick off.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Atlanta regains possession of the football. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse if this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
First down throw here. It's Hooker. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. You look at this defense. They were very good a week ago in the win over Minnesota.
And all defensive teams that I know talk about creating turnovers. Takeaways, they call them. And anytime you can get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really, really good performance. They exceeded that number in a big way.
Throws to his man on the out route. It's complete. That's Robinson. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. This defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
Third and 8. Looking to throw. Hooker. Now a diving effort right sideline. He's got it. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Well, these guys certainly need something good to go their way because this first quarter has been something of a disaster for them trying to move the ball. But that completion there maybe can get them focused and moving in the right direction.
Hooker to the air yet again. And they move this all the way down to the 9. 21-0 our score after 1.
Falcons, nothing.
Back now in Atlanta, second quarter action. The Falcons with the football as they go to work on a 1st and goal. They'll run with Robinson. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line.
Holding offense.
That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't.
And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Troy Anderson. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. Throwing. Hooker. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Troy Anderson. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. And the pressure gets to him again. Isaiah Simmons able to record his 5th sack of the season. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And he hits the upright, but it caroms in anyway. Boy, plenty of distance there as he banks it in. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. And that flag accepted.
Automatic first down.
So 1st and 10 after a big mistake on 4th down with a penalty.
I got you.
They'll run this one right with Robinson. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
They'll run again here with Robinson. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
3rd down. Hooker looks to throw it. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Donovan Peoples-Jones, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Falcons get a bit closer. That seemed like a much-needed touchdown after 21 unanswered points to start the game.
It's not often that you equate a football game to a golf tournament, but it's like you don't want to shoot yourself out of the tournament too early. So they needed that touchdown to make sure that they got an opportunity to not just get back into this game, but a chance to win it later if they continue to play well.
Crew able to connect on the extra point, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Off play action. Ortiz. Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Clark Phillips has got it, and he'll bring this one back to the 29. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Hooker now off play action. And he's going to go down here as sacked. They push him back to the 34. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. But, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
That's complete out left to Ayuk. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. Fourth down, and the attention turns to Falcon kicker Younghoe Koo. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. Koo knocks this one through the post. That'll get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So the interception set him up a terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
Taken at the goal line. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Now comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And with with still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And that's caught inside the 35. A huge play there for Houston. 59 yards.
This offense is looking very comfortable here in this first half. Very relaxed, very smooth, very efficient. No wasted motions. Things are definitely going their way, and they continue to move the ball downfield.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Read option. This is Gibbs. Brought down at the 20.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run it and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
2nd down and 8. Looking to throw. Ortiz. And he's got it. Touchdown. Noah Fant as the first half is winding down. And the Oilers will extend their lead here just before halftime. I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass this young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed. Aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen, and it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly... Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It'll be Falcons football, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. And the half will begin with a touchback. The Falcons offense ready to get going to begin this third quarter. They look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Working out of the shotgun, Hooker. Flush to his right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Give him 18 on the play.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Hooker on 1st down. Pryor has it complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory, right at the 40. Robinson up the middle, down to about the 37. That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
They give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
On 2nd down, another shot for Robinson. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. A nice pickup there, 18 yards, first down Falcons. From the gun, it's Hooker. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Now a 2nd and 10. Now Hooker. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Nolan Smith in there for sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. Hooker now, 3rd and long. And that is incomplete. Blanketed coverage by Houston. Makes it 4th down. The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Koo knocks this one through the post. And that'll get the deficit down to 15. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need him to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
This taken in right around the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Now they'll audible to something else. They go play action here on first down. This is the tight end fan. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Takes it to about the 37. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
He's got him in, complete. Touchdown, Houston. Quez Watkins with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Well, partner, I mean, if anybody was still questioning whether or not he had an NFL caliber arm, I think you can toss that right out the window. That was a heck of a throw right there.
I would agree totally. Question it no more. This rookie, big-time throw right there. Great poise, stepped up, trusted he could lay it in there perfectly, and he knew that his guy was going to make the catch on the other end. Nice collaboration.
What's good on the extra point, and the lead opens up now to 22 points. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and this will be scooped up by the defense. Then he will bring it back to about the 11-yard line. Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half, and down 3 scores. A lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnaround if they want to try and win this one.
Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. This now a 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Ortiz. And this is going to be incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's put
touchdown! Robbie Chosen, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Oilers are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Lutz will look to add the extra point. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. A drive there of just 4 plays. And the result, a Houston touchdown.
Jack Fox set to kick off.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Hooker. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. This is fielded at the 27. Three quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. That's on the tackle, Penei Sewell. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Off the play fake. Ortiz. He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. 27 yards there, a first down.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Here's 2nd and 10. And now they'll shift things around. Ortiz now. Off play action. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Christian Watson, 30 yards. And the Oilers add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the 4th quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like 4th quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
Jack Fox set to kick off.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Atlanta prepped and readied for its next possession. Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Waste of time.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Hooker to throw it. And this will be caught by Mooney. And he's knocked to the turf right there at the 46-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
46-yard line.
Hooker to throw on 1st and 10. Under pressure, and down he goes. Troy Anderson getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Partner, my vocabulary isn't that great, but to me, there's only one word that fits this front 7 today, and that's dominant. 4 and 5 sacks is already rare in one game. Getting to more than...
Under pressure, they got him again. That's big Jordan Davis powering in to drop him.
Talk about two sides of the ball at cross purposes, because mercifully this game's almost over for the offense, but the defense, they still want to get a few shots in. That front 7, they've loved this ball game. They've been able to pad their stats, and maybe some backups can get in and get a sack as well.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that's going to make it 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Atlanta. And this will be taken at the 13. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Houston set to take over. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the 4th. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. That is taken in by the tight end Fan. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That one goes for 24 yards. But they have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start, and pass plays like we just saw. They're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the 4th quarter.
And that they have in every way. And plays like that across all phases of the game, they've just been effortless for them in this one. And that's what's helped them build such a large lead and allowed them to smile as this game continues.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. Second down and a yard. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. Ortiz off the play fake. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it was all capped off by a touchdown catch from Christian Watson. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side in this one. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Meanwhile, Hooker's throw into the hands of Peoples-Jones. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta. Hooker's going to throw it. And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Giving back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another first down.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Here's Hooker. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Aiden Hutchinson just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides.